DN, the Gospel, News and Entertainment.
Hello, a very good morning. Welcome to the Mega News at 6, coming to you live on MBN TV from the 10th Avenue Extension, Great Estate. My name is El Samuels. The news is also live across our social media handles on MBN 360. First, the headlines. Coming up, the President Mahama pledges worker empowerment on May Day. In business, BOG governor announces slash in gold offtake discount to 1% under GDPP. On the international front, U.S. Republicans warn Germany troops cuts send wrong signals to Russia. The Speaker of Parliament, Agwan Sumana Kingsford Bagwin, has officially announced the commencement of the second meeting of the second section of the 9th Parliament of the Fourth Republic of Ghana. President John Dramani Mahama reaffirmed his commitment to the welfare of Ghanaian workers, pledging stronger protections and greater opportunities during this year's May Day celebration. Addressing workers and labor unions, the president acknowledged the critical role of the workforce in driving national development, economic recovery. He outlined government's plans to improve wages, enhance job security, and create more employment opportunities, particularly for the youth. The president also emphasized the importance of safe working environment and respect for labor rights. Labor leaders have welcomed the assurance but urged government to translate the promises into concrete action, especially in addressing cost of living concerns and unemployment. May Day, also known as International Workers' Day, is observed annually to celebrate the contribution of workers and advocate for their rights.
To the TUC and all sister unions, you are our partners on this journey of reset. I thank you for the industrial harmony we have enjoyed so far. I know the sacrifices you've made, and I know that the road to recovery has been steep. But I wish to promise the Ghanaian worker that as the economy grows, you will be the first to benefit. We're not interested
According to a notice issued from the Office of the Speaker in Accra on Monday, May 4, 2026, the sitting will begin on Thursday, May 21, 2026 at 10 o'clock a.m. at Parliament House, Accra. The announcement was made in line with Order 58 of the Standing Orders of Parliament. Speaker Bagbin indicated that the notice serves as formal communications to members of Parliament and relevant stakeholders ahead of the resumption of sittings. The new meeting is expected to allow Parliament to continue deliberations on national legislative business and other matters of public interest.
Away from the floor of Parliament, the former Chief Executive Officer of Georg Distilleries Company Limited, Marshal Kofi Juma, is yet to meet the conditions of a 55 million Ghana cedis bail granted by the Economic and Organized Crime Office (EOCO), as he has reportedly been rushed to the intensive care unit (ICU) of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital.
According to the New Patriotic Party's Ashanti Regional Communications Director, Paul Yandor, efforts are ongoing to secure its release, but the process has been delayed due to its medical condition. Speaking to City News on Monday, May 4, 2026, Mr. Yandor disclosed that Juma's health situation has necessitated urgent medical attention at Kolebu, where he is currently receiving treatment in the ICU. He explained that this development has slowed down attempts to fulfill the bail requirement. Mr. Juma was granted police inquiry bail on April 29, set at 55 million Ghana cedis, but has not yet satisfied the conditions. His arrest followed a raid on his residence in Kumasi as part of the EOCO's ongoing investigations into alleged breaches of public financial management regulations during his tenure at Georg Distilleries Company Limited. Authorities have not publicly disclosed the specific allegations, and EOCO has yet to provide a further update on the case.
In a final story, the Minister of State in charge of Government Communication, Phyllis Kwakye-Ofosu, has disclosed that 4 individuals linked to the Defunct Power Distribution Service (PDS) have been arrested by the Bureau of National Investigations.
This, he said, is part of ongoing investigations into the alleged transfer of funds believed to belong to the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG. In a post on Facebook on Monday, May 4, 2026, Mr. Kwakye-Ofosu said the arrests were carried out under the Government Anti-Corruption Initiative, Operation Recover All Loot, which was introduced as part of efforts to trace and recover suspected misappropriated state resources. According to him, the 4 suspects were picked up by the BNI last week as investigators probe the movement of what authorities believe are large sums of money linked to ECG. The individuals named by the minister are Philippa Yensu, Viraj Fats, Sophia Koko, and Justice Menka Premo. The Bureau of National Intelligence arrested the following persons affiliated to PDS last week as part of investigations into the transfer of large sums of money believed to belong to ECG. Mr. Kwakye-Ofosu stated in his update. He added that the 4 suspects have since been granted bail while investigations continue. The quartet has since been given bail pending further investigations, he said. Authorities are yet to disclose the exact amount involved in the ongoing probe or whether additional arrests are expected as investigations progress.
Away from that story, on the business desk, the Bank of Ghana has pushed back against claims that a group of X, that's a formerly tweet content creators who recently met with the central bank, have political ties, stressing that their engagement was purely professional.
The clarification comes after a meeting on April 22, 2026, where the creators raised concerns about ongoing delays in accessing earnings from the platform. In a statement issued on May 4, 2026, the box said the discussions were focused on finding solutions to payment challenges affecting the creators, many of whom rely on digital platforms as a key source of income. We state categorically that this group has no political affiliation. They engaged the bank solely as concerned content creators seeking a practical resolution to a legitimate issue, the central bank stated. The bank acknowledged the concerns and said measures are being implemented to significantly cut down the time it takes for such payments to be processed. It further explained that the funds are classified as export proceeds under Ghana's financial regulations, meaning they are subject to foreign exchange requirements. The Bank of Ghana is working with all relevant parties to remove bottlenecks and ensure a seamless process for legitimate beneficiaries, the statement added. The central bank also reaffirmed its commitment to supporting the country's expanding digital economy, noting that smoother access to earnings from international platforms is essential for driving innovation and digital entrepreneurship. Delays in receiving payments have increasingly become a concern for Ghanaian content creators, underscoring broader challenges within the financial system regarding cross-border digital income flows.
On an international front, some African story where at least 130 Nigerian citizens in South Africa have asked their government to fly them home after protests they're targeting foreigners. Nigerian Foreign Minister Bianca Ogwenmo Ojukwu said.
They were the first to apply to a new scheme to repatriate citizens launched by Nigeria's government, Odumegwu Ojukwu said on Sunday, May 3rd, amid fears that confrontation in South Africa could escalate. Protesters held rallies in Pretoria and Johannesburg last week, demanding tougher action against illegal immigration, saying undocumented foreign nationals were putting pressure on jobs, security, and public services. Campaigners for migrant rights say foreigners have long been scapegoated in South Africa for its economic goals. South Africa last month promised to crack down on anyone carrying out xenophobic attacks after Ghana and other African countries reported that their nationals had faced violence and discrimination. More protests were planned on May 4th and May 8th, and Nigeria would be watching developments closely, the government said. It had already summoned South Africa's High Commissioner in Abuja over the situation, and its diplomatic missions in South Africa are working with local authorities to reduce risks to Nigerians, the minister said.
And that does it for this morning's Mega News of 6 live and direct from our studios on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate, Nungwa Adugono. Before I take leave, let's take a look at the headlines.
Parliament resumes sitting May 21st. In business, Bob pushes back on political claims over ex-creators meeting. And on the international front, at least 130 Nigerians seek repatriation from South Africa after protest.
For more news, log on to MBN 360. My name is El Samuels. Up next is a sports update.